Hey guys, so I know it's been a while and you guys have been waiting for an update on Big Mama. We've had kind of a lot of stuff happen over the weekend here and into this week. So let's talk about it because we ended up having to get a vet to come out and actually look at her because of everything that we had seen. And since we are Google royalty at this point with how much we've used it in the last week, I just wanted to talk about it because it was stuff that I couldn't really find online. And as first time people going through a pregnant pig situation and wondering what to expect, especially not knowing for sure a breeding date, I just think it's important to get it out there. Like, you'll see a lot of things, and I'm just going to these are just mashups of clips and everything that we've seen from her. Like, it started with some light tail swishing. We've had lots of kicks and contraction looking things. Saturday, we thought for sure she was in the first stage of labor. She was doing stuff like nesting. She was carrying straw in her mouth. She was up, she was down, she was unhappy. She couldn't get comfortable. A couple times she laid on her side. The only things we weren't really noticing were like tail ringing is one, and she didn't have a lot of swelling in her vulva. Like, we did notice some, please don't get me wrong, we did notice some, and we ended up with some discharge and things like that where we were like, is this it? Like, is she just going to be a late bloomer when it comes to swelling? What are we looking at here? And you'll see those pictures here pop up. And basically, by Sunday, we still had nothing. We ended up doing some temps on Sunday, and we got, at about 9:30 in the morning, we got 100.2 as her temp Fahrenheit. Pigs are normally about 101.5, and if you ask Google, a temperature drop can either mean they're sick or they're close to farrowing. And then about 4 or 5 hours later, we checked her temp again, and she was down at 99.6, and that's definitely a low temp for a pig. It's not ideal. And in pregnant pigs, again, they say temp can mean farrowing is imminent, so we decided to give her one more night and then see if she had any piglets. I'm sure you can guess by now she didn't. So I emailed our vet. Our vet sent a couple people out, and they were absolutely fantastic. I mean, trying to find a pig vet in Alberta is not an easy feat, and they are not self-proclaimed pig vets. They even said, we are not 100% sure, but they did conclude with, her heartbeat, her respirations, her temp at the time, like, she's healthy, she looks healthy, she looks like she is pregnant. She had mammary development, she has a larger belly, like, she's acting pregnant. She had been acting pregnant. We looked at at the videos that I had made from our cameras and stuff that you guys are seeing now. And we came to the conclusion, after confirming that pigs could have false or pseudo pregnancies, that she was having a pseudo pregnancy, and she went through her farrowing stage with the huge pressure change that we had roll through over the weekend. That was her farrowing, and because she didn't have piglets, pseudo pregnancy, and also with the lack of swelling in the vulva, it just kind of made a little bit of sense. They did try an ultrasound, but nothing was found. And like the vet said, let us know if you have any complications, or if piglets are born, please call us, because, we want to know if we're wrong about things. Which I really appreciate, because, I wanted to make sure that Big Mama was healthy. I wanted to make sure we had no health issues going on, and that the drop in temperature wasn't her getting sick. Like, her increased breathing wasn't her getting sick. At one point, she went up to 54 respirations in a minute, which, if, again, you consult Google, like I said, we're Google royalty now with how much we were on it, that can indicate labor or impending labor. Everything that we seen said labor should have been within anywhere from 6 to 48 hours. We went through the whole weekend with nothing. Monday, the vets came out. It was concluded it's likely a pseudo pregnancy and that we won't see anything. But as I'm going to show you guys here, what we're still dealing with is changes in her body composition again. And guess what? Now we have swelling of the vulva, and her mammary glands are starting to droop. So we're starting to see actual definition in the mammary glands. So the reality of the situation is we really still do not know if she is pregnant or not, or if it's a pseudo pregnancy, because pseudo pregnancies happen when things are reabsorbed within like the first month and their bodies still go through the hormonal process. So we're basically just at a place where we wait and we see what happens. This is the update. This is where we're at, and I will continue to keep you guys updated. And if you have any specific questions, let us know, and because we're going through it right now. Like, I did 3 straight days awake pretty well with minimal sleeping, up minimum every hour, checking on her and making sure there was no changes over the weekend. And now we are still in a sit and wait phase. So I hope all of you guys are doing well compared to how we've been feeling. And now that Matt's gone to work, she is probably just going to have her pigs, because it's just myself and the little one here. But we will see what happens. We'll talk to you later.